Okay, so I think it is best if I reiterate the current openings which we have for Kuwait. I think it is best if I highlight them before leaving the office today. So some of the openings that we have in Kuwait currently, we have about 15 of them. So, and I think some of them are really confusing. So people are not really getting it. So we have some that are very skilled for the very skilled ones, and we have those that doesn't require any skills. All you need to have is a zeal, you know, the technical know-how, like you want to do it, the can-do spirit. That's what you need to do them. But for some other ones, you need to be highly skilled before you are qualified. So yeah, the first opening which I'm going to talk about is the painting that for the painters. Yeah. So for this painter role, they said you have to have experience in a switch gear company. You understand? So it means that you're not going to be painting the building. You're not going to be painting house building and all. You may have to be painting irons, like in a factory. You understand? Then you may have to paint the wall too, but then your experience has to be with painting irons, meta painting. I don't know if that is the right word to use. So then for this painter roles, we also need helpers for the painters. So these are the people that will help the painters in refilling the paints, in loading and unloading the tools for the painters on site. You understand? So that's why we indicated that you have to mention that you have an experience in a switchgear company, although it is not really necessary, but then it is just for you to have for them to give preference to you. That's why we said you can tailor your CV to say you have that experience. So we need helpers. So the helpers doesn't have to have any skill. They don't have to know about it. You understand? So before applying. So and apart from that, we also need data entry and material coordinator also for Kuwait. Yeah, we need that. You need your CV, you need your international passport, you need the professional experience, and you need certificate of experience because you know that as a data entry and material coordinator, you need to show that you have experience in the job. You need to show your certification in probably any relevant field. You understand, as a data entry and material coordinator. So if you know this is your area, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a switch care company. You can have a data entry experience in another field, but these are the kind of experience that we refer to as transferable skills. You understand? So if you have that kind of experience, please get in touch with us. Then another opening which we have here is bossa operator. If you know how to operate a bossa, I am sure that you know what we are talking about. So we need bus bar. I mean, we need bus bar operators. We need bus bar machine operators. We need bus bar cutting machine operators. And we need bus bar bending machine operators. And lastly, we need bus bar grinding and slipping operator. So if you know about bus bar, you already know what we are talking about here. So if this is your area of specialization, you have to get in touch with us. The salary is 170 KD per month. Yes, and there is provision for free accommodation, health insurance, and few other benefits too. So again, we also need CNC machine operator. We need CNC punching programmer. We need CNC punching operators. We need CNC bending operator. We also need CNC printing and engraving operators. So the age limit for all the jobs that I've been mentioning so far is 40 years, although initially it was 37, 38, but it has been increased to 40 years so we can pull in as much people as possible. So the employer increased the age limit to 40 years. So additionally, we also need welding technicians. Yes, we need welding technicians. We need welder. We need team leader for welders. We also need gas welders um, and those that have experience with stud and nut welding. And we also need welders that have grinding skills. You understand? So if this is your area of specialty, then you should know what we're talking about. So for the welders, the salary is 170 KD. So again, we also need painters who have experience with powder coating. Yes, painters who have experience with powder coating. I have mentioned the requirements earlier. The salary for painters is 170 KD. And do not forget that I said we need helpers for the painters as well. We need helpers for them to be helping them in loading and unloading their tools. So another opening which we have here is for steel fitters or iron benders. If you have experience with iron bending, if you're a steel fixer, if you're a steel bender, iron bender, you know what I'm talking about here. You must be able to carry out fit up and structural fails, steel, I mean. Then you must be able to read and understand basic structural drawings. If this is your field, I know you know what we're talking about. You should be able to carry out checking, marking, assembling, and fixing. Yeah, so we need you. If you're a steel fitter, if you're a iron bender, we need you in Kuwait. And the salary for that is 125 KD. And there is additional 15 KD for food allowance, which makes everything in total 140 KD. So again, we need steel fabricators. We also need steel fabricators. You must be able to read and understand structural fabrication drawing and carry out structural steel fabrications. You must be able to work independently and prepare layouts or jigs as per the drawing. And additionally, you must be able to fabricate parts and assemble them together to make frames and assemble them and monitor cutting, you know. So if this is your role, if this is your area of specialization, then you should be able to um, and you want to work in Kuwait, you should be able to get in touch with us. The salary for this is 140 KD plus 15 KD as food allowance. So yet again, we also need fabrication foremen. Fabrication foremen. So the salary for this is 250 KD plus 15 KD for food allowance. You must be self-motivated and you must be able to work independently. You must be able to lead a team of fabricators, fitters, welders, and helping them in putting them through on site on what to do. You must be able to read, understand, and you must be able to carry out structural drawings and guide team in fabrication, layout, jigs, and preparation. You understand? So you should be able to follow daily production and complete given targets. You must be familiar with quality requirements. So if you can work as fabrication foreman, please get in touch with my Chris. So again, here we have opening for erection foreman or supervisor. Yeah, we need erection supervisor, erection foreman. You must be able to read structural steel erection drawings. You must be able to follow up schedule with the manpower at site with required safety. You understand? So you know your role, you know your duties as an erection foreman. So if this is your skill, if this is your area of specialization, then please get in touch with us. The salary for this is 215 KD plus 15 KD as food allowance. So additionally, we also need car painters and car denters for Kuwait. So if you know any car denter around you, please get in touch with them to get in touch with my Chris. The salary for that is 130 KD for car denters. 130 KD salary plus 15 KD food allowance. Then for the car painters, the salary for that is 120 KD plus 15 KD for food allowance. So again, we also need helpers for these two people. We need helpers for the carpenters and car denters. We need helpers for them. So for the helpers, the salary altogether is 100 and I think 15 plus it's 100 KD. Yeah, it's 100 KD. The salary for the helpers, for the carpenters and car dental helpers, the salary for that is 100 KD altogether. So for the steel structured draftsman, we have opening for that too. Steel structured draftsman, we have opening for that. You must be able to use computer aided design. That's like AutoCAD. So you must be able to use you must be able to use computer aided design software to draft accurate drawings of steel components and assemblies. You must be able to understand architectural and engineering plans and ensure compliance with design requirements. If you are a draftsman, if you're a steel structure draftsman, you know what we're talking about here. So the salary for that is 300 KD plus 15 KD as food allowance. Yeah, that's the salary for that. Again, we need welders. Yeah, we need welders. And the salary for welders is 115 KD to 130 KD, depending on your experience. And the food allowance is 15 KD. We need you in Kuwait. You must be able to perform FCAW slash CO2 welding operation for structural steel fabrication. And again, you must be familiar with FCAW slash CO2 welding machine. And additionally, you must have basic knowledge of welding positions and tests and must pass welding test at Optic OR, any other approved agency. Again, after joining, you must be able to pass welder test minimum in 3G position. And lastly, you must be able to perform welding. Then you must be ready to work at a factory or the site assigned to you. So, and the salary for that, like I said, is 115 to 130 KD plus 15 KD food allowance. So, if you are a welder, um, please get in touch with us so you can commence your processing if you want to work in Kuwait. Again, we also have opening for mechanical helpers in Kuwait. Yeah, the basic salary is 115 KD. You don't have to have an experience before you apply for this role. You just have to be able to carry out helping role, which is related to steel and structural fabrication. You must be able to help those structural fabricators. You must be able to help them on site. You understand? Just provide your assistance to them on site. You must be able to assist the fabricator and fitters during their work. You understand? So yeah, the salary for that, like I said, is 115 KD. So again, we also need car auto electricians. If you are a car electrician, if you are auto electrician, you know what I'm talking about. You must be able to troubleshoot electrical issues with the car. You must be able to, sometimes they call them rewires in Africa. So you must be able to troubleshoot electrical issues that include wiring, batteries, starters, and alternators. I mean, you must be able to install new electrical components such as lights, alarms, and audio systems in cars. If you are an auto electrician, rewires, you understand what I'm talking about for cars. So the salary for that, like I said, is 130 KD plus 15 KD as food allowance. Yeah, again, we also need mobile crane drivers. Crane drivers. If you're a crane driver, if you're a mobile crane drivers, you know what I'm talking about. The salary is up to 170 KD, depending on your experience. It starts from 150 KD to 170 KD. Then there is provision for 15 KD allowance as separate. Yeah, so if this is your role, if you can work as a mobile crane operator, if you can work as a mobile crane driver, please get in touch with us so you can commence your processing immediately. So also here we have opening for hydraulic mechanic. We have opening for hydraulic mechanic. So if this is your area of specialization, please get in touch with us. The salary for the hydraulic mechanic is 150 KD plus 15 KD food allowance. Then again, we need helpers for the welders. Yes, we need helpers. We need welder helpers, like those that will be helping the welders on site. We need you. And the salary for that is 110 KD for the welder helpers. The salary for that is 110 KD. So that is the last but not the least. That is all the opening that we have for now in Kuwait. So if you have stayed with us till this present moment, we really want to say thank you to you. We want to say thank you, and we are waiting for your applications. If you need more clarification, if you need more information, then you may just get in touch with us through the WhatsApp line on 091 1 333 1047. I shall be waiting for you. Thank you and bye.